Now, the Pentagon says a U.S. airstrike against an al-Shabaab camp in Somalia on Saturday killed 150 militants. The training camp targeted is 190 kilometers north of Mogadishu, and al-Shabaab spokesman Abu Musab confirmed the aerial attack, but says the death toll was exaggerated. He says al-Shabaab doesn't gather more than 100 fighters in one place for security reasons. Now, for more on the U.S. operation in Somalia, VOA's Carla Babb joins us live via Skype from the Pentagon. Hello, Carla.
Hello, Vincent.
Yeah, now first tell us, how was this operation conducted?
Well, the U.S. military says that it had been watching this camp in Rosa, which, as you said, was about 200 kilometers north of Mogadishu. They'd been watching this for several weeks, and they had noticed that they were planning a large-scale attack, potentially against the United States or the African Union forces in Somalia. And when they noticed that they were going to leave the camp, they decided that was the time to strike. And they came in, locals say they came in with 2 swoops. They used manned and unmanned aircraft, and they took out about 150 of the militants. The U.S. says that at any given time, there are about 200 trainees in the camp. So that was considered a very successful strike. Locals, however, I know you mentioned the exaggeration. Locals had said initial reports showed about 70 fighters were killed, with dozens more wounded, and expected the death toll to rise, and it could also be in the 100 plus as well. So we're still trying to figure out, after the initial assessments, exactly how many people were killed, but this was considered, regardless of the exact number, this was definitely a successful strike for the United States military.
Yes. Now, Carla, is this a kind of an ongoing operation where there are constant drone attacks in Somalia, or is this kind of done on request by authorities in Somalia?
Well, this was a very unique circumstance. As you are very well aware, the United States works, a very small number of United States military officials work with the African Union forces in Somalia to help give them guidance, their trainers, their liaisons, and so they are conducting these strikes on a regular basis. Part of air support is one of the things that the United States does. The United States makes it very clear that when it comes to Africa, they want to keep a small footprint. That's why there's only a few people there. Africa is for the Africans to fix, but they are there for support. And when such an opportunity as what happened this weekend came into play, it seemed very clear for the United States to take the strike.
Carla, thank you very much for your excellent reporting.
Thank you.
VOA Pentagon Correspondent Carla Babb reporting live via Skype.